awakening can happen physically, spiritually, mentally. And when we integrate all these levels, we have an holistic awakening. We have all energy bodies, all bodies are with us. We move towards enlightenment. We are in the awakening path. So there are, of course, layers and layers in our awakening process. And at when we start integrating it also in everyday life, that's when we can really tune into and get aligned with the awakening, so that we get we're happening. The awakening is happening on all levels, on the same level. So that's how we become embodied spiritual beings on earth, right? Where when we streamline and but we are in constant movement and can we journey between layers, of course, of this in our awakening process. So again, no judgment in this. There are I usually speak about and what we see in our very mental oriented society is that we need to learn. Learning knowledge is a way of awakening the mind. Study. We can go and study. We can go and read a book, and that will take us into altered states of consciousness. That could take us into thinking differently by questioning. So depending on, of course, what you're studying and how, but that's a way you can study it mentally, and that could be joyful and pleasurable on any level in our awakening process and enlightenment path, of course. But usually this is how we start out. Usually this is one of the way we start out when we study, to try and find new ways of thinking. So now, at a certain level in the enlightenment process, and yes, this is available for everyone. Enlightenment is not just for a guru sitting on the top of a mountain. Okay, so let's just bust that myth right here and now. The Enlightenment, especially now in these times we're living, is available for everyone. Okay, do your practice, just do your practice, and the rest shall follow. So at a certain level in our enlightenment process, we become so consciously aware of ourselves and of the awareness and presence itself that we need to, and we have the ability to shift frequencies, mental nerves, mental codings, DNA codings, programming, and old ways of thinking. And we do that ourselves. So that at a certain level in the enlightenment process, we do this ourselves. What I mean is that we don't, at this stage, we don't necessarily need a portal in, a support, a healing process, a ceremony, plant medicine, another person or being performing healing on us, or opening up, or doing some kind of work, or even facilitating a space for us to do it, because we can do it ourselves. But more, what I want to take back a bit here now on Earth, that is available to all of us, regardless of where you're at in your awakening journey, are these little glimpses of this in everyday life. So let me feel the example. Okay, it happens in conversations. It happens you know, when you just do the dishes and you reflect on something and suddenly you notice old ways of thinking and you start questioning yourself. Like, you don't have to read a book and then have reflection work like you do in school, like you have these questions to discuss after. This all happens very fast. We have Gemini energies, we have the Mercury energies, so very mental energies and can move really fast now. If you're not used to it, just, you know, go with the flow and try to accept it and embrace it, because we can really move into embodiment and the new wisdom now, and openings for the new ways of thinking, new perspectives in a broader way, in a broader way.